Hello there. I hope you guys are doing good. And I'm back again. So we're gonna stream some nice video. I can say that. But yeah, but you will have a good content on this video because I'm gonna try and do something along with you. So the thing is, I have done already. I showed you that I've done some value study in the last video, and in this video, maybe I will try and quickly work with you guys. And let's see how that goes. Okay, there you go. So this is what we'll try and plan to do today. And I have done already the value scale. If you remember, guys, I did post this in the previous video on my live session, and you must have seen it. How the value study I did, and then it's and I try to keep it very simple, and yeah, I've done a couple of them. So what I'll do is I'll try and implement this into a color study now. Let's see how that goes. So I did a couple of them, and you can see I felt that these are really come out really good and have made a lot of good impact than getting into the details. So I'm gonna go with very minimal patches and minimal colors with the color study in what we're gonna do today. Okay, so let's go ahead and start working. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it very simple, very flat. I don't want to have a dimensional kind of thing happening here. Yes, with the of course I would want to do that, but not with a lot of layering of the colors and everything. Okay. So let me just go ahead and start working with the watch this. Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I hope. So here we go. Let me just go with a reference picture. Find out reference picture. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm gonna do is, as I mentioned, it's gonna be very simple, very basic. I'm gonna use these brushes. I'm not sure why this is not washed, but yeah. Now I think I have a couple of them more. Let's see. I can use these. These are the flat brushes, flat synthetic brushes, and I'm gonna use this as well. Okay, let me go ahead and start making the big patches. The big patches are the sky and the mountains. I'm gonna go ahead and do the green values first, and then I'll try and do the rest. First blue, then green. I'll switch to the green. Okay, so here we go. For the blue one, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of white. Let's see how that goes. I'm trying to lay some flat colors very quickly. Okay. Then you see what I'm doing? I'm very quickly adding some color. Let's add some more white to it. Yeah. So I'm just trying to go ahead and work with the sky. Add a tiny bit of white and a bit of orange to it to get a neutral shade for the sky. Here we go. I know I don't want to keep more of the patches. I'm just trying to get them nicely. Okay, so I did the sky part. Now I'm gonna try and add very quickly the sky. I'm gonna transit from bluish green to the brighter green. So here I'm going to have a little bit darker bluish green. Adding that. Not much of a detail, though, but I want to add few on the chimneys. There you go. And I want to change the color as well while I go. I can have some change of color. Could be a little yellowish, little orangish. So I'll change it tiny bit. Adding a bit of orange. Let's see how that goes. So far, I feel it's going good. So I have the darkest green, and the green which I will be using in the foreground will be a little lighter green than what compared to the green in the back. So I'm just trying to get the shapes right here, trying to have them nicely arranged. At the same time, I don't want to have more detail, as you see, not making much of a detail. I also want to try and get these things like the tangent, like here. I want to add a little bit more room for this shape and take the liberty to make that shape a little bit more bigger than it was in the drawing. I'm using the synthetic brush, flat brush. In between, I'm adding blues, oranges, and then greenish shade for this shape here. Trying to keep it more simple. Yeah. And then also trying to maintain some of the details here, like the bamboo for the roof. For the roof. Okay. And then here I want to add a little bit of grayish green. So I'm gonna add a little bit of gray into the green what I already have. Could be some brownish gray as well. It could work. Okay. I hope you're able to see. All right. So now in the middle ground, I'm going to go a little bit more brighter value. That's a brighter color. So I'm going to add some fresh yellow. Fresh yellow. Okay. So this should do. So from here onwards, I'm going to try and get the colors more brighter and more fresh. I'm trying to be a little uh, neater on the edges, and also at this point I don't want to vary the color a lot. I don't want to vary the color a lot, but just want to try and get things. Yeah, so the variation is happening from desaturated to saturated greens, and also from dull to bright. varying the color in between. So we're done with this. Now I'm gonna try and get some lovely, lovely bright green in the foreground. Let's see how that goes. So far, I'm liking the way how the colors are turning up. And let's see how I can make a little bit of impact of some brighter, nice green in the foreground. Okay, and then also add a tiny bit of variation, that's a little bit of darker green. I think I should have just taped the edges so I would have got some nice clean edges, but maybe next time. Yeah, I think I tried doing that for the other things. Maybe this paper is a little bit of fragile to hold the masking tape, and then it rips off. The masking tape rips off the paper so probably I might have not thought about it for doing on this paper. Okay, so I got very quickly, you can see I got the greens and blues covered. So now I want to try and cover the house as well. So for that, let me just go ahead and do the lighter colors first. The light is coming from this side, so the shadows will be on the left side. The light is coming on the from the right side. Now, I'm gonna say this as a shadow area. The shadow areas, make it tiny bit of thing. And then I'm gonna add the one more patch. Okay, not patch. All right, so now I'm gonna add very, very quickly some lighter part for this house. And in some areas it has the shadow of the tree. I'm gonna make it not much detail. Trying to be very quick, but still I'm not able to do that. Let's see how I can keep up the pace. I want to go a little bit more faster than what I'm doing right now. Mm, okay, good. So I'm just trying to get this everything blended. All right, it's the lighter part and the darker part. Now I want to have some lighter part for the roof. Yeah. The darker part would be on the left hand side and the lighter would be on the right side. So in the beginning, you might have heard some noises in the background. Sorry about the background noises. Okay, so that's the roof. And then I'm going to cover up with the darker color. That is a little grayish. I want to have a little warm gray. Hmm, maybe a little lighter. Yeah. Changing the color in between to blue and some orange and some yellow. I'm changing some few of the colors. See how that goes. And then I'm gonna get hello. I got the colors, so now I need to work with a little bit more precisely with the darker areas. Now you see how that's coming up. I think that's looking nice so far. Whatever we have done. And then I want to have a little lighter color than the roof to the chimney. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit of yeah. So that's looking good. So far. Okay, so now there are these trees which are kind of very, very light, and I don't want to kind of, make the competition, get the competition for this house. So I'm just going to add a different color. Uh, something different. Not this. It's a bit difficult to work with the edges when they are not taped, when you don't have the masking tape on. You need to be a little bit more careful with the edges around. Getting nicely. Okay, so far so good. I like the tree as well. Nevertheless, I did the trunks in the lighter color. Yeah, I mean, I want to do that with the darker color as well. But the first thing, I got everything covered up except these bamboos, which I'm gonna try and do that with the lighter shades. Let's see if I can cover that up. Yeah. And few stones. Stones as a gray. Constantly reminding myself that the light is from the left side. So the left side would be darker, lighter. Sorry, the left side would be the darker and the right side would be the darker. So adding the darker shade, and then I'm gonna add the lighter shade. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna work a tiny bit over here in this area and then see, let's see. So far, I like the work, the combination, color combination, and how it's working together, how the colors are working together. Yeah. So now I just wanted to add a tiny bit of depth in the background so that I get a nice layout for the branches and the trunks, the tree trunk. Yeah, so I don't want to add any branches or more details. Still done. Yeah, and then some more depth in this area. Okay. Okay. And then I need to get this one also covered up. Wow. I think that's a small window. Yeah. Maybe I'm not so happy with the how that shape is coming out, so I'm just trying to merge that. Take that. Okay. And bit of darker color at the bottom. This and the clouds. I did the sky, but I kind of almost forgot the clouds. Well, let's see. I've got them as kind of pretty gray. So I think my white is all mixed up with a tiny bit of yellow. So you can see the clouds as like maybe pale yellowish clouds. Sorry about that. Nevertheless, I'm not so afraid to put that color on the sky. That's because, there could be one or the other shade of the sky which could match to the color what I have applied on the clouds, and then probably just to lift up a little bit of contrast between the sky and the cloud. I'm just gonna make a nice edge of that, and then merge it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this small little kind of demonstration or kind of a work which we did it together. And hopefully, I have got some more drawing on this one. Yeah, I've got another two. So maybe we can work that together and let's see how that goes. And today it went well. I really like the way how it has turned out. Not very detailed, but not very even specific. Very, very minimal with a little less colors, and also uh, gives you a good contrast and also tells you what all things are there. It's not that anything is um, getting hidden or probably it is merging or having having an overlap which is not understandable. I think it's all more or less it's quite clear and quite nice. I'm happy about how it came how it turned out. And I hope you also liked it. And I shall see you again in the next live. Till then, bye. Take care. Love you. Keep painting. Bye bye.